Hi, this is Jenna.
And this is Heather.
And this is Conspiracies Unlocked. What are we talking about today, Heather?
So today we are going to debate the Devil's Tower National Monument.
Where is that? What is that? That sounds spooky. I've never heard of that.
Okay, so it's in Wyoming, and there is a trending theory going around on social media right now that they believe it could be a petrified tree stump.
Oh.
But
So it's like a natural thing.
yeah,
It's not like Mount Rushmore's a monument. It's not something that's man-made. It's like already there.
it's natural. It's already there. It is gigantic, and there's a lot of debate about what it actually is, but it looks like a gigantic mountain. It just looks like a mountain,
Wow.
but it's kind of goes straight up.
Cool. Can you hike up it?
You can hike up it, and people have hiked up it, but not a lot of people have made it to the top. Only a few have, because the way that the landscape is really treacherous. Like, it's a lot of rock.
Okay, we'll have to look at that.
Yeah.
I know I want to look it up. But keep going. I'll look it up as I go.
Oh, I thought you were literally going to look it up right now.
I do sometimes. I do look it up a lot, like as we talk, but...
So it actually kind of does look like a tree stump, but
yeah,
enormous.
Oh, it looks like, it almost looks like in this picture that's on TripAdvisor, it looks like something that, like, the gods of Zeus have come down and, like, struck it. And in this picture, it's all purple sky, and it looks like a lightning bolt is going across it.
Yes.
You guys, if you want to go look at it, you should definitely go on TripAdvisor to look at it.
Or we
It
should
looks
just
really cool.
steal their picture.
We should. This one looks really cool. It does look like something weird. So,
do you see how it looks like it could be a tree stump, and then the top is flat? Like,
definitely.
somebody just came and
yeah, because
sawed it off.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so what's the
So yeah, basically it's in Wyoming, and the whole thing is it a petrified tree stump, or what is it? So have you actually heard that this is a flat earth theory? And the flat earth theory is that there is no such things as modern day trees.
Really?
Yeah, like trees do not exist in our world.
But what are the trees outside?
They are basically saplings of their little babies and little saplings, and one day they will grow to these enormous heights, like this gigantic tree that they're comparing it to.
So they're like baby twigs.
Yes, so like nothing. Well, you think about like the sequoias, right? Like
the giant sequoias. They're only like 225 years old, right? Each one of them. And they're already so large that if you let it grow to like forever, then it would be. When would it stop growing?
I don't know when they would stop growing. I don't know how high they would get. I don't know.
I'm laughing because every time that we get into anything, I always bring up a Disney movie. And so this time, sorry, I'm eating like a muffin top thing. I shouldn't be eating while I'm doing this. I'm forgetting that we're recording. This time I'm thinking of the Pocahontas song. And she says, in the Pocahontas says, how tall does a sycamore grow? If you cut it down, we'll never know.
It's like exactly what we were just talking about.
Exactly. That, like, totally. Okay. There's my Disney reference for the show.
Well, we'll have to post like a little clip of her saying that, or a little meme or something. Yeah. The giant tree theory is part of a flat earth conspiracy that claims the earth was once populated by massive trees, that our current forests are merely just the leftover shrubs. People who subscribe to this theory believe that forests, parks, and gardens do not actually have trees. Rather, they are just the saplings of the ancient giant trees that once grew. These grew over 40 miles high with trunks 2 miles across.
That's insane. That would be like a lot.
Yeah, 40,
Like, I'm
40
like,
miles
just-
high.
Well, I'm just thinking about, like, the width of the trunk would be so
2
many-
miles across.
Yeah, just that, like,
That's giant.
think about, like, us to the mall. It would be further than that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, wider than that. How do they go around them? How did the people go around them? Oh, because there was giants back then.
There would have been giants. Yeah,
Yeah,
this is
that's
when
true.
everything was giant.
Yes, yes. So are we the saplings of the people?
Yeah. Who are the saplings?
I'm just kidding. I'm being silly. Okay, go.
Okay, so let's go to the start when plants would have only been a few feet tall. Invertebrate animals were small, and there were no terrestrial vertebrates. And then, because some people might not know what that is, I looked it up myself. The terrestrial vertebrates are the land-based animals with vertebrate columns like a spine or a backbone. That's how they are defined. So those did not exist. They were just very, very small. Everything was small. Okay. Then we go to Saudi Arabia. Fossils were dug up in Saudi Arabia from an ancient organism that had a trunk up to 24 feet high and as wide as 3 feet. So smaller, but still
Bigger, getting bigger.
getting bigger, because this
Yeah.
is like the beginning.
Yeah.
So this is before this tree stump or whatever it is was. This fossil was known as a prototactite, and it was discovered by a Canadian in 1859. So no one could figure out what these giants were, and for the next 130 years, the debate between scientists went on. Some scientists basically said it was a prototactite, and it was with a lichen due to the biomolecules found often associated with algae. Many suggested the organism was covered by symbiotic or parasitic algae, making it, in essence, a huge lichen, or even that it was algae itself. Other scientists believed it to be a fungus, and still others claimed it was some kind of ancient tree. So even back in 1859, they're like, are these ancient trees? Are they fungus? Is it algae? What kind of biomolecule is this?
Mm-hmm.
So in case you don't know what a lichen is a plant-like organism, typically which grows in low, crusty, and leaf-like or branching through rocks, walls, and trees, and these can live for thousands of years.
Wow.
So despite the overwhelming research and evidence that the organism grew on land, some still theorize it was a giant marine algae. But it was not until 2001, after 20 years of research, that Francis Huber of Washington's National Museum of Natural History published a paper that it was in fact a giant ancient fungus, which was a group of organisms that include mold, yeast, and mushrooms. So mushrooms are a type of fungus that typically have a stem, a cap, and gills, and prototactites have been dated from the early and late Devonian period, which is 419 to 358 million years ago, before plants developed a structurally equivalent woody system.
So this is before there was even like
this is
the roots and all that.
Yeah, it's just like so this is confirmation that there was giant mushrooms that were all over the earth before there was trees. So this is when the trees would have been shrubs, like literal shrubs, and just like little plant life, like grass and whatever. So then moving forward, it is now known that the largest widespread organism on Earth is a fungal mat. And this fungal mat is a single organism that spreads over 2,200 acres in a forest in eastern Oregon. And it is one system. It's one organism. And it blankets. So it's like back 400 million years ago, it was up to the sky, that things would grow like that, and now it's blanketing the earth.
Oh.
So it's still like a fungus, it's still a mushroom type, but instead of going up, it's going out.
How weird.
Yeah.
That's weird, right?
It is weird. And so this, we're sick.
No, my bad.
No, but we literally are, though. We know that mushrooms did, in fact, grow to these enormous heights millions of years ago, but what about the flat earthers' theory that trees grew to these tremendous heights? Does that prove that trees could also grow if a mushroom could grow that big? Yeah. Well, then they say, it's plausible that a tree could also do that. Why only a mushroom?
Same with a dandelion or anything. Right?
Anything. So it is important to note that not all flat earthers believe that mountains are actually petrified trees. And it is not universally held. It is not a universally held view among flat earthers, but it has been entertained by many within the community. The reasons for such beliefs are varied and often rooted in a combination of skepticism towards mainstream science, a desire for alternative explanations, and here are a few reasons why some flat earthers might think that mountains are petrified trees. While petrified wood and mountains are vastly different in terms of their composition and formation, some individuals may point out visual similarities as part of unconventional theories or beliefs. Here are a few of the visual aspects that some people might highlight. One being vein-like patterns. Petrified wood often displays intricate vein-like patterns due to the replacement of organic material with minerals during the petrification process. Some may argue that certain geological formations on mountains, like veins of different rock types, bear superficial resemblance to these patterns. There's also layering. Both petrified wood and mountains can exhibit layering, although the processes behind these layers are entirely different. Petrified wood forms concentric rings over time, while mountains develop layers through geological processes such as sedimentation, compression, and uplift. Then there's texture. Texture, in certain cases, this texture of weathering mountains might be interpreted as resembling the surface of petrified wood, particularly when looking at eroded rock formations. Lastly, a visual aspect one might consider would be irregular shapes. Petrified wood and some mountain formations can both exhibit irregular and unique shapes. This might lead some individuals to draw parallels between the two, even though the process responsible for these shapes are entirely distinct. These visual similarities are largely coincidental, and mountains and petrified wood have vastly different geological origins. Mountains result from tectonic and geological processes, while petrified wood is formed through a gradual replacement of organic minerals. And any claims that suggest mountains were once giant trees should be approached with skepticism, as they lack empirical support and go against well-established scientific knowledge. So let's travel to Wyoming, the cowboy state, known... I was waiting for a yeehaw. Known for the magnificent Grand Teton National Park, Yellowstone National Park, and Devil's Tower National Monument.
Yellowstone, that's where Yogi Bear lives.
Yogi Bear.
Yep. You can tell I'm sick. Yep. I'm putting in my like little like, I don't even know.
I was waiting for you to go, hi, boo boo.
I was gonna say boo boo because I call my kids boo boo. I know. I'm putting in like interjections, but they're like,
it's like halfway. You're like, yeah.
Yup. There it is. Ha 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 ha.
Devil's Tower has been called Bears Tipi by the Sioux Indians, who were the original inhabitants. The name became a popular spot for Native Americans to visit and was eventually renamed Devil's Tower. According to the legend...
By the White Devils. I'm just kidding.
I don't know who renamed it the Devil's Tower.
White Devil, because aren't we the white, because we're white? And we took all the land from the Indians, so aren't we the White Devils?
But many Native Americans named it different things, so it could have been named by another Native American, tribe.
Yeah.
So this is just going by the Sioux Indians, but there was a lot that different tribes that used to go there because they felt it had healing and like magical powers. So a lot of different tribes would go there.
The one that it didn't work, they called it Devil's Tower because it didn't heal them.
Possibly. So, according to the legend, several Sioux girls picked flowers in the forest before they were chased by bears. And as the Great Spirit lifted the girls from the ground, they were spared. They tried climbing the rocky slope, but they were unable to get the girls. Their efforts left scratch marks on the monument. The Devil's Tower is sacred and has a spiritual significance to many different Native American tribes who have lived within the Great Plains region. Visually, it is a gigantic geological formation shaped like a tower, rising 367 feet out of the flat prairie land. So it is enormous. The Devil's Tower is believed to have been formed as molten lava flowed from an underground ancient volcano, forming the tower about 6 million years ago. But it is made up of two distinct formations. The first being over 225 million years ago, lava flow had cooled and solidified, creating the first formation, like the base of it. Mm-hmm. And then the second formation, which is the one that shoots straight up, is the rock, and in the center of the monument. It is known also as the Rock Spring Canyon Formation. It is composed mainly of granite, quartzite, and smaller amounts of minerals such as pegmatite. This is me trying to say the minerals again.
Yeah, you're not a geologist.
Pegmatite, dacite, rhyolite, there we go again. Shite, and limestone. Can't they all just be like limestone?
Well, so I have a question. The way that it looks is so how would those minerals shoot up like that? Like make it look like that? Because it's not like it's layered. It looks like they're like, when you guys look at it online or when you see our pictures, you can see like, it's like pillars all around it of this formation. Like not pillars isn't the right word, but
so it
looks like it's shooting straight up into the sky.
Yeah, so it's mainly composed of granite and quartzite.
But how did it happen that way? If it was just, laid out, like something had to make it shoot up to form that.
Scientists believe it has a lot to do with the lava flow underground,
but that was just the first layer.
That was the first layer.
I'm talking about the upper layers.
So the second layer, known as the Rock Spring Canyon Formation, scientists have thought the tower was once a volcano above the earth.
That would make more sense.
They thought that it was destroyed by an earthquake, and what we're seeing is the volcano's neck.
Perfect.
Then later being covered by those rocks and those minerals.
Sense, yeah. Did you already say that?
No, that was the next thing I was going to say.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that was the next thing I was going to say.
That makes sense.
It has not been like, definitely...
It hasn't been confirmed
Yeah,
or
has not.
denied.
Yeah,
like,
has
it
not.
hasn't been tested.
Flat earthers often express skepticism towards mainstream scientific explanations, including geological theories about the formation of mountains, just like mountains in general. They may question the validity
And I'm the sick one.
validity of widely spread accepted scientific principles and seek alternative narratives that align more closely with their worldviews. Some flat earthers embrace a general distrust of authorities. I'm laughing because it's so funny. A general distrust of authority.
Yeah.
It's like every conspiracy theory, like,
Yeah, they
the
just
government.
the government's always against. Yeah, exactly.
Right. And institutions. I just laugh when I think about that part.
Anything that's government controlled is not the truth. It has to be opposite.
Yeah. Believing that mountains were once trees could be seen as a part of a larger narrative where information is deliberately hidden or manipulated by those in power.
Yes, that's a lot of that. With the Great Reset, I've been seeing a lot of stuff on the Great Reset, the mudslides. There's so many other conspiracies that go into that.
Yes.
About how but like, why does the government want us to build up all this stuff and then shut it all down again? Build it up, shut it down, just to control us?
I have my theory on the Great Mud. Whatever.
Do you? I wanted to do the mudslide thing.
I have my theory on that. It has to do with technology.
Okay.
I think that's what it is.
I want to do an episode on that. So.
I mean, I don't know why they would want to hide, like, if a mountain is a tree or a mountain.
Like the Great Reset happens every like 200 years, and that's why like all of a sudden like 200 years ago, or like, you know, in 1902, that was a very big stepping stone for technology, and technology really blew up. That's where they started to like do a lot of stuff. And when you look back to 200 years ago, that was another stepping stone of like really blowing up, you know. And before that, there was no technology, supposedly.
But there was so much technology, because how did they do everything they did in the past? It was all technology. You can't build the pyramids without technology.
Well, so I built a shed last weekend.
Yeah.
Fun fact. And I wasn't strong enough to kick the board, so what I did was used a big 2x4 and did like a running head start type thing and like slammed it down, and it gave me so much more oomph and everything.
Like, you had a lot more leverage?
Yeah, and then I was able to lift the whole shed using like leverage things.
Yeah.
Once it was all built, we had to like snap something into place that snapped out of place while we were building the walls.
So you had to do it while it was assembled.
And we had to lift up the whole thing.
Yeah.
It's like a 1,000-pound thing. It was the Costco 14. If you guys know what it is, it's the Costco 14 by 12 foot steel reinforced shed.
Yeah.
So it's huge, and we lifted the whole thing by using just planks and shit. By using one plank.
Yeah, it's still technology.
When I was talking, so when we were doing it, I was telling Brad, I'm like, this is how they built the pyramid. I figured it out. Like this is totally Stone Age shit that we're doing right now.
Yeah, see? Somebody had to invent the wheel.
It was me in the desert last weekend. I reinvented it.
Oh my gosh. Well, wrapping it up here, we can say that some individuals are drawn to symbolic interpretations of natural formations. The idea that mountains were once trees might appeal to those who see deeper meanings and hidden truths in the world around them, offering a narrative that aligns with their beliefs about the Earth's nature. People naturally tend to seek information that confirms their existing beliefs. And once someone adopts the idea that mountains were trees, they may be more likely to find and accept the information that supports this view while dismissing evidence to the contrary. So, I don't know. When I look at the image of Devil's Tower,
it just looks like a tree. It really does.
It really does.
Or
look like a tree
volcano. Or a volcano.
A volcano. What state are we in now?
I don't know. I've been watching since I've been sick for the last 3 or 4 days. I've been watching a lot of Young Sheldon. I've gone through like 3 seasons of it.
Oh, you're in Texas.
So I'm in Texas. I don't know if y'all know that.
Y'all come back now here.
I think that's Alabama. But
Well, maybe it's Wyoming because they said it's a cowboy state.
But yeah, so I think I have like a Texas twang now after I come out of this flu. So anyways, yeah, looking at the pictures, it definitely either looks like a tree stump or I could picture it being a volcano with sediment and stuff like eroded, like attaching itself to it afterwards. But look at this. What I'm confused about is that it says Wyoming, South Dakota, Montana. Do they all have them? Like different theories about it? And then I also saw one in Oregon that I wanted to do one on, and it's almost like the same thing, and it's called something the Flats.
That's what I was gonna actually say, like in the end here, is that there are, it's not just, we're focusing on the Devil's Tower right now, right?
Yeah, but
this is just one of them.
Oh,
they're all over the world, not just the United States.
No, you want to hear this one?
All over the world.
I saw it.
You saw it.
I saw one, and I forgot to tell you because remember how we were here on Wednesday, and then I went to Vegas on Thursday, and then on Friday I went straight to the desert, and then I came back on Tuesday, and then I've been sick since Wednesday, Thursday, now it's Friday. So while I was
we're recording on Friday because we've been sick,
but they don't even know that we are, so that's a thing.
Oh,
but I guess I'm gonna put this up. I don't know. It doesn't matter.
TV magic.
So, anyways, while I was on the plane, I looked out the window and I saw those, and so I took pictures of it. Hold on, look.
Is it in Arizona?
No, it'd be Nevada.
Oh,
but you can barely see. Hold on, wait. Let me see. Wait. Oh shit. So I'll have to show them, and maybe if we can,
we can post it.
We'll post it if I get a good one, but it's in Nevada. It should be in California, Nevada, because that's the flight path.
Yeah, it's okay if it's in a different state.
Yeah, but I saw it and I took pictures of it, and I was super excited. So that's all I have.
Yeah, they are all over. I just was. Oh yeah.
Do you see that?
Yep, I do. That looks like a tree stump.
It does, and it's huge.
It's huge.
Yeah, so this is going to be real evidence that we're going to post. So I'll send it to you right now.
And that is from the plane.
That's from the plane that I was on.
From San Diego to
Las Vegas. Yeah, and then I tried to get it zoomed away. There it is.
Oh, yeah.
So I took a bunch of them because I wasn't sure what would work.
Yeah.
So.
No, they are all over. I just focused on Devil's Tower because it had an interesting name on it.
And then I think I saw this one afterwards, and that was in Las Vegas because you can see an airstrip, but then this one was in whatever. I don't know. But anyways, so I'll send them to you. Yeah. But it's super cool. So wrap up your stuff now. I'm good. Yeah. That was all I want to tell you.
Very cool. Very cool. I'm glad that you saw those because I will definitely post them and share them with everyone. But the last thing that I just wanted to say is one of the reasons why I chose the Devil's Tower is because I thought the name was cool. And also I did like the Native American aspect of that it was renamed to the Bears Tipi. And the whole story behind the girls that were picking flowers and they tried to escape the bears and, and just the whole, I don't know, it just seemed pretty cool, everything about it. So, yeah, that's why.
Yeah. Did you explain how the girls were picking the flowers?
Yeah, I told the Sue story.
I kind of blanked out on that part, I think. I'm sorry. It's my fever.
I know. She has a fever right now.
I'm
She's
sweating,
sick.
I'm dying.
I'm sick.
So. Okay,
we're a little sickies right now.
So thank you guys so much for listening. Let us know if you've seen any of these Devil's Tower type giant tree stumps around where you live. I mean, I just found out about them and looking out the airplane window randomly. I spotted them from the sky. So
yeah, do you think that it is a petrified tree stump, or do you believe it was a volcano? Do you believe it is a natural phenomenon? What do you think it is? Please let us know. Unlocking Bears Tipi.
Okay. Thank you guys for listening, and don't forget to
share, like, and subscribe. Please follow us on not Twitter. We don't even have Twitter. It's not even Twitter anymore. It's But I'm sick.
That was a quick test for you guys.
Please follow us on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. You guys are solid on everything else, but let's focus on those three.
And don't forget that we are still on Facebook and everywhere else. So
Yeah,
follow us everywhere.
Follow us everywhere.
And thanks for listening. You can email us at conspiraciesunlocked@gmail.com. Bye.